Morning. So, what don't they tell you about retirement? I remember before I retired, all I was thinking about was, did I have enough money to retire? Was, it going to be sufficient? And all the planning you see, all the planning you get through your job, I was a teacher, is all about pension planning and those sides of retiring and leaving the job you've been doing for maybe many years. What they didn't tell you, and there doesn't seem to be a big focus on it, is what to do when you've retired and how are you going to make the most of this second chance of life. So last year when I retired, I was wondering what I should be doing or how to make the most of it. And one thing I came across was a video, a TED talk on YouTube by, I think it's Riley Moynes. And he was saying there was 4 stages to retirement, and it really resonated with me because the first stage was it's like a holiday and you just enjoy having time off and not working, which I very much did. Second stage is you start thinking, is this all there is to it? Sort of like a holiday is, am I just going to spend the rest of my retirement doing a bit of cycling, a bit of walking, watch a bit of YouTube? There must be more to it than that. And that's the point he was making, which was stage 2. And I very much felt I quite quickly got into that stage and realised, as I still hopefully got another 20 years at least of retirement, I needed to do something more fulfilling in my life. Stage 3 is, if you're lucky, you search for it and you find it. And stage 4 is you actually have a fulfilling retirement and really make the most of this sort of second chapter of your life. So the big question is, of course, how do you find purpose in retirement? How do you create a very fulfilling and worthwhile time? And obviously, the more you look into it, the more research you do, it's about finding your purpose. And I've always found that really hard because for me, I've enjoyed doing things. It's changed through the years from when I was young, my hobbies I've done. And I've taught for a long time. And I found it really hard. I'm not like one of these people who've always loved doing a certain thing and as soon as they retire, do they want to just carry that on? Or at least I didn't think I had that. Some people love doing art, or some people are really creative and do that as a hobby through their working life and take it on to a next level in retirement. And I've been looking to see what I could do. So what do you do if you're not obviously passionate about one thing in particular, or have got a talent or a skill? How do you find that? And I spent quite a long time thinking about that. And eventually I realised that after 30 years of teaching, and even in the hobbies I've done, like scuba diving and cycling, I've become qualified coaches in both of those activities. So I gradually came to a realisation that actually teaching, coaching, instructing is something I really like to do. So hopefully this YouTube channel will help people in some way, be a little instruction in some things like cycling or following some of the routes I do and things I learn on my cycle rides, and any other things that pop into my mind through those trips and in my research to make retirement fulfilling. Might be one way that I can actually make my retirement a enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Another thing I've realised is that the purpose doesn't have to certainly in the beginning, make money. You know, I did think, obviously retiring, pension, salaries dropping, or the money coming into the house is dropping, maybe I should be doing something that's going to earn money. But I think to be fulfilling and to serve that purpose of giving you that drive in your life to keep doing something you find interesting, making money out of it should probably be the last thing you think about in the beginning. And it's just about doing it, enjoying it, and having that vision of where it might take you in the future. And maybe one day it might lead to money. Maybe you could make some money out of your purpose and your interests and your hobby that you're doing. But in the beginning, it's just about doing something that you find all encompassing, really, and is that reason for getting up in the morning to get out like I am now, going for a walk or doing whatever it is you find enjoyable. So I hope this video may have been useful to you. You may have found it interesting. If you do, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Thanks. See you soon.